In this video, we'll try to understand what exactly is CDC. Now, CDC stands for Change Data Capture. Now, many times in projects, we would like to go and maintain audit trail for a table. For example, you can see on the screen, I have a simple sales table here, and you can see that I have two records here, Shiv and Raju. Now, let's say that somebody goes and changes, Shiv to Shiva. Then I would like to go and maintain some kind of audit trail table, where I can get the old values and the new values. So CDC helps us to capture, insert, update and delete activities on table data. Now, enabling CDC is a two-step process. The first thing is we need to go and enable CDC on the database level, and then we need to go and define specific tables on which we need to go and enable CDC. So in order to enable CDC, the first thing what we need to do is, or in order to enable CDC on the database level, we need to go and fire this stored procedure here. You can see on the screen, sp_cdc_enable_db. So let me just go and fire this stored procedure. So once you fire the stored procedure, you can see that on the screen it is saying me command has completed successfully. So that means now CDC has been enabled on the database level. Now, once you have enabled CDC, it creates a couple of tables for himself. So you can see that at the left hand side, it has created a couple of tables in the system tables folder. So like captured columns, what kind of columns will be captured for old values and new values, which are the tables for which CDC are enabled, that is change_tables, etc. So it has created a couple of tables. I'll come to this thing later on. Also, it has created a couple of stored procedures, not couple of stored procedures, many stored procedures actually. So if you go down below, you can see this _CDC stored procedure here. All of these are created, for CDC. So once you enable CDC, right, it creates, creates stored procedures and some tables, so that it can, manage the CDC functionality properly, right? Now the next step is, now that we have enabled CDC on the database level, we need to go and enable CDC on the table level. So we have this simple table here called as sales. So let's go ahead and enable CDC on the sales table. Now to enable CDC on a table level, we need to use sp_cd_enable_table. So in this stored procedure, we need to go and pass the table name on which we want the CDC to be enabled. So you can see here, I have written here the sales table, and I'm passing this sales table name to the to this stored procedure here. So if I now go and execute this stored procedure, so there it is executing. Okay, a very nice error we have got here. Now you can see that when I go to enable CDC on the table level, he's saying that your SQL Server agent is not running. So in order to implement CDC, right, you need to ensure that the SQL Server agent is running. So let's go ahead to our services.msc and let's enable SQL Server agent. So I have clicked on start run and I have typed there services.msc. So there my services have opened. Now let's go ahead and look into SQL Server agent. There it is. Now you can see that in my PC I have lots of versions of SQL Server installed, like SQL 2012, and this is 2008. So currently we are working on 2008. So let me go and run this agent. So I'm going to go and start this. So there my SQL Server agent is starting. Now until that agent starts there at the background, let's go ahead and switch to the SQL Server Management Studio. Now that we have enabled CDC on the table level, it will create one more table in the system tables folder here, and this table name is dbo_sales_ct. Now _CT tables are those tables which actually captures, insert, update and delete activities for a particular table. For example, now this table here, dbo_sales_ct table, will capture all the activities of insert, update and delete for the sales table. And for example, now let's say I had a customer table here, and if I had enabled CTC on it, then a table with the name dbo_customers_ct would have been created here. So the CT table actually captures insert, update and delete activity for a particular table. So now that the what you call CDC has been enabled on the sales table, now if I go and do some modification on the sales table data, so let me go to the sales table here, and let's say now we change this Shiv to Shiva. So you can see that it is Shiv here, and I'm going to go and change that to Shiva. Now if I go and open my DBO underscore sales underscore CT table, so if I go and open this table data here, now in this table you can see that there are lots of fields here, but currently I don't want you to lose focus. Just look at the last two fields. So here you can see that it's telling that okay, the old value was Shiv, and then later it was changed to Shiva, and the sales amount was unchanged. So in the same way, if I go and let's say change Raju to let's say Raja, okay, and if I now go back to my DBO underscore sales underscore CG table, you can see now the old value was Raju and the new value is Raja. In the same way, if I go and delete Raja, let's say if I go and delete Raja, so I will get one entry here saying that Raja was deleted. This one stands for delete. So by using CDC, now we can monitor, insert, update and delete activities on a table. Now there is one more important field in this table here called as the operation field. Now this operation field actually helps you to track that what kind of activity has happened when this transaction occurred. So in other words, was it an insert operation, was it a delete operation, or was it a update operation? What exactly was the operation on the data? Now the operation field has four possible values. So the first one is delete. So basically when any kind of operation has a delete activity, then it will be marked as 1. Second one is insert, which is marked as 2. In case it is an update, it is marked by 3 and 4 respectively. So the 3 indicates that it's an old value and the 4 indicates that it is a new value. So basically 1 for delete, 2 for insert and 3 and 4 to mark up update activity. Now there are a couple of more tables here, and probably these tables can be interesting. So the first table which is very interesting is the captured underscore columns table. So in this table basically it just keeps a record of what kind of columns it is tracking. So you can see that currently we have enabled CDC on the sales table, so we are tracking the salesman and the sales amount. All right. Second, it has one more table here called as the change underscore table, CDC.Change underscore tables. So here it tracks basically which tables has been enabled for CDC. So the most important table is the underscore CG table, where you will get the old values and new values with the operation field saying that what kind of activities was conducted on the record. Second, we have the capture underscore columns table, where basically we can know that what kind of columns are enabled for CDC. And then finally we have the change underscore tables table, which shows that on which tables the CDC was enabled. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. So in this video we were trying to understand how we can use CDC to track, insert, update and delete activities on a table. Thank you so much. Now whatever video you have seen, right, is just a glimpse of what we have done. So in case you are interested in our video package, you can go to our site, that is www.questpon.com. You can call on this number and you can ask the complete DVD package what we have. So in this DVD package what we have done is basically we have covered almost everything what a .NET developer wants. So right from basics of ASP.NET, object-oriented programming, SQL Server, to new technologies like WCF, Silverlight, Link, Azure, Entity Framework. We also have UML, architecture, estimation, project management. There is a complete invoicing project end-to-end which is covered, so that you can get a better feel of how to actually create projects in a systematic manner. We have covered server products, both for SharePoint 2007 as well as for 2010. We have a lot of best practices video on SQL Server, etc. So this complete package, you can get from www.questpon.com if you're interested, and you can call on this number and you can ask for the rates. It's a very decent rate what we have. In the same way, as compared to the videos, we also have one more product with us, that is our interview question books. So we have different kinds of interview question books, right from .NET interview questions to SQL Server interview questions SharePoint interview questions, BizTalk interview questions, etc. So in case you are interested in the books part, you can call on these numbers as per your location. So you can see these numbers on the board at this moment. So I hope that you keep enjoying the videos, you keep seeing our site, and I hope that you gain more knowledge. Thank you very much.